What's up, guys? It's Rick and we're on the XLeads channel. And today we're just going to go through a basic tutorial on how to get started. Um, I will go through a simple navigation so you can use XLeads, especially for someone who just got it. Doesn't matter if you have the basic or the highest version. I'll probably keep it super simple. And then you guys can come in and ask questions. Now, if you have a question, it's real simple. Just put it in the comments, because if you have the question, everybody else has the question. The whole purpose of this is to give you support, get your questions answered, and get rid of some of the frustrations that we all get with software. So it's Saturday morning. I'm now on the East Coast. I've been on the West Coast, and now I have a new perspective of you guys on the West Coast. So I appreciate you guys getting up early and doing it with us. So we had our live event last week in Riverside, California, and I appreciate everybody came out. It's not often we get out that far, and I appreciate the people. I have people coming as far as New York, Florida, Chicago, and then obviously the California crowd. And I had somebody drive 13 hours. It's pretty amazing. So cool. We do it every 6 months. Our next event, if you're in our X plan, is you get 2 live events, which is included with your XLeads account if you do the X plan. And we do support, we do some one-on-one stuff, and you get to meet with us twice a year. And we like to keep the crowd small because we make it special. We knew California would be the most challenging one, so we just decided to do it. So remember, there's no cost for you to do that other than showing up with your time and paying attention, and that's what we like to do. So use your comments. I'll put an invite up when I'm done with the basic coverage. So listen, the idea is, I know some of the stuff's basic we go over, but the idea is to get people comfortable. And my biggest hint I can give you with XLeads, especially if you just recently purchased it, if some of you are watching doing the 7-day free trial, just master like one thing a day. That's it. Like, I have ADHD. I had to do one thing at a time. So I want to walk you through. Number 2, I got to let you know, I have to be very careful what I put on the screen here, because YouTube gets very, very upset if I share an email, a phone number, a contact. The last few videos have been taken down. So if I'm avoiding showing you certain screens, it's not because I'm trying to hide something. I want the video to stay up, and YouTube makes it very difficult. So for that reason, if you want to figure out how to do the skip tracing, you're just going to have to go in. We have a video that didn't get taken down. The last 2 I've tried to record it, they've all been like wiped out by YouTube. I get it. Our competitors get really upset when we try to help our people out. There's nothing I can do about that. So if you see me go through the screen real fast, I'm trying to avoid exposing someone's personal information so I don't get shut down by YouTube. So it's been a trend. It's annoying. If you guys want more specific, detailed skill sets, our stuff that's posted inside of our school account, which is basically freewholesaling.com under the XLeads, that stuff doesn't get taken down. But I know a lot of people come off YouTube. I'm just kind of letting you know some of the stuff we have to glaze over because YouTube has a very strict policy on not sharing someone's private information. And at XLeads, we give you everything. So like, I pop up a screen, it's got name, phone number, address, and everything. So I have to be very aware when I go through this today. So if you understand that, you know why we're going through the screen. So let's get into it. Introduce yourself. Let us know where you're at. I will look at the questions as soon as I'm done. I'm looking, Rick. Okay, we'll go through everything. Let me start a couple of these. We'll get through it. So awesome. How many? Okay. See, dude, my ADHD is kicking. I'm looking at all the questions. So let me just kind of go over what we're going to go over today, and we'll do that. So let me, if it's okay, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go inside of XLeads. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see my screen, and we're going to go through. So when you come in, you basically have these tabs here, and then these are the same ones. They just make it kind of dummy proof. So if you're coming in, and especially if you're doing the free trial, what I want you to do And everybody has the ability to just go into property leads. So property leads is right here and it's right there. Let me show you again. Yes, there's lots of tabs depending on what model of XLeads you have, and you go from there. Now, once I'm in there, you have a choice. You can put in a city. You can put in an address. You can draw a map. You can do whatever you want. Now, what I like to do is you can zoom in. So say I want to go into, let's go down to a big market somewhere in Texas. You guys in Texas you guys have huge cities. So let's just say you're going to do San Antonio type of this area. I mean, I can already tell it's a big area. Now you got one or two ways you can do it. You can type in the city, you can type in the zips and put commas next to them. You can do one zip, or you can do this really cool thing. Say you're going to do the southwest corner. Now you can go in more detail and get granular, but you could simply draw a map and you can do it something like this. I like doing this because you can avoid areas where you don't want to invest. Maybe it's a rough neighborhood or something like that. Now, that's one way you can do it. I'm going to clear that out. Let me go back here. Or the other way is you can just type in San Antonio. It should pop up. Obviously, Texas. And you look down here, you'll see a spinning bar, and it'll give you a count. And this is how. Now, I told you the big city, 527,684 is a lot. Now, for those of you brand new to it, if you just go up here and click this box, and so this will give you all the leads. It'd take you forever to go through 500,000. And if you want, you can click. I got that. I see the results. If you click here, you can drop down the quick list, and your quick list will give you all the additional filters. Let me try something here. I don't know which account I'm in. And then you have the filters tab. And so if you look on here, you can now come in here and you'll see, for those of you that have used XLeads before, it was a little confusing. On the old days, we used to click that and it would drop down your quick filters tab. And so what we've done, because unless you knew it, you got frustrated. If you click the filters tab, you'll see here is all your quick lists. Now, depending on what level of the account you have, if you have the basic, you're going to have some of the simpler ones. But let's just say tax delinquency for San Antonio. And let's see. And then what I'm going to do is you can go down here and you'll see on the left-hand side, it will give you all the filters. Now, I want to get rid of condos. And let's just get rid of apartments. We'll put it there. Heck, let's even get rid of townhomes because I'm only interested in single families. And the max value I'm going to put is 200. And it's such a big list. I'm going to do 200 and let's say 15,000 because I've got to do some serious filtering here. And you can go down, you can add all the different filters. And then the idea is to filter through all your types of leads. Now, this is a huge, huge area. Without getting in the weeds, you guys can go around and play around with this. So let me go back and let's just show another area if we were going to start all over. And I'm going to go back to property leads. And so if you want to get really granular, you can do a zip code. I'll do one of my local zip codes. Let's see. Oh, which one I have and so I do this and I have 31,668 and they're all over here and you can pick any of the ones you want. Now, as I said, if you want to do the filters, you can go in, you can click the type of quick list you already have. But what I would love you to do in the long run is go through each one of these filters and find the ones that work best for you. So I had somebody who's asking, I think, let me see if I can hit this while I'm on here. Asking about high equity. Where was it? Um, no, I got to go back and look at that. Let's just see. So these are all the filters, like they go on and on. And just so you know, you can go from left to right. The first one's going to be lead types, period. Lead types. Now, some people are asking about the high equity filter. It just depends on the type of account you have. And if you want to know what the parameters on this, which is very important, because me and Zach are working on some extreme custom lists, and I'm going to share that with the X-Plan people. These are lists that I don't really share with the public too much, and the people that work mostly with them, but there's trends that we've noticed. I've already shared it to you, but like the high equity, if I click that, it will tell me basically 60% an equity-based lead. These properties are owned with a mortgage on the property, and the loan to value is less than 60%. So ideally, you want to find someone in those parameters. Once again, all real estate is local. So what you want to do is find out what works in your market. But this is a great cheat sheet. If I've never pulled a list before and hey, I'm brand new to wholesaling, I would use this as a guide, like tax delinquent. They're going to tell you these are people that are behind 36 months. The reason we put this in there is so you have a firm understanding of like, hey, what are the filters I need to do? It's frustrating getting wholesaling. Nobody really tells you like what works. And if you really want to deep dive this, go on the freewholesaling.com. Me and Zach already share all these filters with you. But what we've done is migrated over and moved it into XLeads so you can get the correct data to pull any list you want. Now, if you want to get in, one of the biggest filters I'm going to tell you to do right off the bat, and it's on the top, is find out what your average median price for the market you're servicing, and don't exceed it because you're just wasting time and energy on high-end homes that are never going to work with a wholesaler. So if you know that, you can work that, and then you work down. And so property valuations are number one. The sellability score is only if you guys have the AI, so don't worry about that. Property valuations is huge. Property features, let's roll down and look at that. I'm going to be honest with you, I do not filter a lot of this stuff. Why? Because I'm not living in the homes. I want as many opportunities as available. And so I'm only going to do this if I'm in like if I'm in like Houston, San Antonio, some of your bigger counties. And I had a good time over in California. I got a better understanding of San Bernardino, the whole Riverside area. Really, really cool. There are plenty of opportunities in California. You just got to find the right ones. Use XLeads to filter out the stuff that you want to do, but don't go crazy and go, oh, I'm only going to do 3 bedrooms or more. Who cares? If it's a 1-1, there's plenty of demand for affordable housing. You just got to find that. Remember, stop picking on what you think you're going to live in and be careful. The only ones that, like, we deal with a lot of pools in Florida, they're a pain in the butt. They're actually harder to sell because usually the properties we buy have problems with it. But you can sort through amenities down here, bedrooms, baths, lot size. I don't really mess with rental estimates as much. The other ones is you get in the lien information, which specialized ownership information. Let me go down to this one for you. This will tell you the type of owner. I like to pick individual. I like to pick trust. I don't care if it's a business too. So what you can do is pick all 3 when you do that. And if you look down here on the right, you'll watch the numbers change when you do it. This is what I love about the filters. This is how you become a list ninja. You learn how to sort through the information. Years of ownership. I want someone at least 4 years into it. The max, anybody over like 25 is probably not going to be a good one. So I just wiped out 11,000 leads. And remember, those are probably 11,000 people that never sold to me anyways. So I like to go through that. Now, the next one is going to be mortgage information. And yes, we use this quite a bit. Remember, over 90% of houses have a mortgage on them. So what we like to use is the equity filter. Now, for those in the past, LTV and equity are the complete opposite. So if you read, I stress you read these, the lower the equity percentage, the higher the mortgage balance. So, and then if I go up here, loan to value is the complete opposite. The lower the percentage, the higher the equity. I like to stick to equity, period. Equity, equity, equity. So remember, if somebody had a $100,000 property and the equity percentage was 80%, they only have $20,000 to work with in that house. And you have to understand that. So remember, the lower the number, the more equity they have. And so we have all the cheat sheet filters. You can use our quick list inside of XLeads, or if you're old school, you can go into our school account at freewholesaling.com and we share all those numbers with you. So, and by the way, we're working every week to change filters. That's why those of you guys have been with about 6 months of XLeads, you'll notice we do lots of updates. You know why? Because we take your feedback and we adjust the system to fit the wholesaler's need. Now, you can use this for creative financing, which is going to be huge on the mortgage information. You can do the loan types. So if I'm going to do, say, I'm going to be a creative finance guy and say you're that person. And by the way, creative financing is not a ruse to skip wholesaling. A great wholesaler will take advantage of creative financing opportunities. I believe a person that only seeks creative financing sources in the efforts of circumventing wholesaling, I just don't think you do yourself a favor. If you learn wholesaling, you'll learn the best skill on how to market to anybody in this business. And then when a creative financing opportunity comes up, you know how to take it down. A creative financing person will only do creative financing because they're scared to death to do wholesaling. And to me, that's a disastrous recipe. I love creative financing, but like I need smoking deals. Like, and most people don't understand creative financing takes time to make money. Like very few deals make money overnight. That's why we do wholesaling and that's why we focus so much on this. So on the mortgage information, if I did that, I would pick like a conventional loan. Why? Because FHA and VA, it's a real challenge if they're going to be subject twos or not. I'm not going to get into the weeds on that. Remember, I always believe creative, when you do a subject to, you have to involve legal help. I've always said that from day one. That's why I don't do a master class, because I don't want to get anybody on trouble on it. Now, if you have a creative financing deal and you want to partner with me and Zach, reach out to us, sellmypaper.com. We do a lot of deals like that, but we have to understand that wholesaling is our main business. But if you want to do it, it's all here. You can do loan maturity, number of loans, types of loans, all that fun stuff. And then the next one, you're going to have listing information for those of you that want to chase down close to expiring listing or price changes. You can do that. I avoid it like the plague. I actually try to exclude any of these types of deals. I just don't think it's really necessary in wholesaling. Listen, you're going to run into realtors, but I'm not going to run to realtors and look for them because it makes no sense. And then the last one is you're going to have foreclosure information, which is key data. And remember, you have pre-foreclosure, you have last foreclosure notices, which I'll drop that down for you. And you just got to get familiar with how foreclosures work in your state. Remember, in wholesaling, we want to focus on pre-foreclosures, everything that happens before the auction. And remember, the sweet spot on these is basically the first 4 months. Why? Because once they go past 4 months, statistically, they bury their head in the sand and they wait till the auction date. And they are the masters of procrastination. And that's the one you definitely want to avoid. So, anyways, when I click that, I get all the results here. Now you can sort them by photos, distance, auction date, like whatever you want. There's a lot of information there. You can do them by ascending order, descending order, however you want to do it. Let's see, did I do that one? And that's pretty much everything you want to see on pulling a list. And guys, you have to play around with this. Are you going to figure out it one day? Absolutely not. But I'm just telling you, your ability to pull list in wholesaling is everything. If you can't pull a quality list, you can't get prospects. And if you can't get prospects, you can't get leads. So we have to look for signs of distress from the seller and from the property. 9 times out of 10, you're going to find distress from the property. That's why driving for dollars is so popular, because I can see it. And if I can see it, it's my personal list. Now I just got to contact the seller to identify if they have motivation to sell it. So when I go on these lists, I'm looking for problems. I want to run the problems. I don't want to run into the MLS, because the MLS, for the most part, freshly listed properties are listed with realtors that want to sell the house. I do not waste my time. You guys can get access to those lists. You don't even need XLeads to do it. Just go through Zillow, go through all the feeds online. The APIs are everywhere. Any house that's listed on the MLS is on the internet. And if you want to do it, you can do it inside of XLeads. I do not recommend that strategy, because remember, your wholesale compass, you have to find people that need to sell their house. People want to sell their house, put it on MLS. Sometimes do wholesale deals wind up on the MLS? Yes. And 9 times out of 10, they're realtors that don't know what they're doing. They don't understand assignment of contracts, and they don't understand the value of what a wholesaler does. So I don't waste my time. When they fail on MLS, that's a whole different story, but it takes like ridiculous amount of energy and time to let everybody know we do that. So let me take this off for a second. And guys, when we pull lists, it's everything. You have to know how to pull a list in wholesaling. So if you have any questions about a list, I want you to put it in here now, because I'm just telling you, the most important thing you can do with a wholesaling software is your ability to pull motivated seller list. And remember, there's 2 types of motivation. There's property motivation. Property looks like crap. It's run down. And then you have seller motivation. I lost my job. My grandma passed away, stuff like that. If the house is motivated, seller's motivated, it's a piece of cake. And there's 3 criteria that let us identify everybody, the perfect wholesale deal. And XLeads is designed to find that for me. It's called ODN, off market, direct to seller that needs to sell. You hit all 3 of those, you're going to hit it out of the park in wholesaling. Now, if you can find 2 out of the 3, you have a shot. So if it's off market and they need to sell, you got a great shot. ODN is the complete opposite of everything that's on MLS. I want you to understand that. Now, if I only get 1 out of the 3, I probably have a slim chance, but not a great chance. So I want you to understand that. If you just remember those 3 things, if I'm looking for the perfect avatar for a wholesale deal, off market, direct to seller that needs to sell, that is perfect. So I want you to keep that aware when you're hunting on your prospect list. How can we find them? The easiest way is look for the obvious signs: tax delinquencies, code violations, your government list, pre-foreclosures, eviction list, probates. The list goes on. If you want to learn more about it, go to freewholesaling.com, show you how to do the whole thing. And I just want to let you know, it's very important you understand the power of XLeads. I can't stress this enough. The first thing you must master, especially anyone who has the 7-day free trial, figure out how to pull list, because you got to make money now. And the idea with XLeads is you can grow into this business. When I first started, I had to use good old yellow pads, and I had a cell phone, and then occasionally I would do an Excel spreadsheet, and then Google Sheets came along. I thought my life changed. Then Podio came along. I was like, holy crap. And then all these other great softwares. And listen, I'm not knocking some of the other softwares, like they paved the way, but they decided to get antiquated and stick in their old ways. Here's a little secret. Most people that sell you real estate software have never, ever done a wholesale deal. They don't understand what's most important, and we have to adapt to them. Also, me and Zach created a price war in software. You're welcome, because now nobody can raise the rates, because we've set the bar. We're providing you the most value. Some of you guys got lucky enough to get on our $49 deal. It's because we got away with a lot. And then the only reason we had to end it is because there's so many complaints about, oh my God, what are they doing? Guys, we're just here to represent you. Now, the more numbers we get, the more powerful I can make the software. And remember, for the first time, you have a voice. I listen to every one of your guys' fixes and changes. So we're in the process of releasing. If you are at our event, we showed you some really cool new features coming out. And we work every week full time on our staff to make the changes. For the first time, you have a wholesaler that actually owns, operates, and commands how it runs. And here's the only people we listen to. We don't listen to affiliates because we don't really do it. We listen to wholesalers, period. I don't care what the rest of the industry is doing. And me and Zach have made a reputation ourselves. It's not that we don't want to play with others. We're going to do what's best for wholesaling. And this is why there's so much conflict around us. It's like nobody's ever taken this approach before. It's absolutely ludicrous. So I want you to use XLeads and understand the best way to handle it. But we got to be able to pull lists. So let's go back in here real quick. I'm going to answer all the questions. So let me pop back in here. How do I put that back on the screen? Okay. So I'm going to try this real quick without getting in trouble and pull down. I have to be careful. So say I want to pull up a property real quick. You'll see it. Boom. Phone numbers, everything were in there. You just saw it. It's just above there. Yes. They're going to tell you when they're on the DNC. I already told you. It's not that I don't disrespect the DNC. I'm not selling anything. So there's already case law proven that there is no information. There is precedent already set on wholesalers that have been attacked for calling people in the DNC. And listen to me clearly. Every one of them have won without any prejudice. So it's very clear. If you guys are horrified of the DNC or you listen to someone that says you can't call, listen, the only requirements, if you get a real estate license, you're extremely limited in what you can do in wholesaling. If you're getting a real estate license to legally protect you, you don't understand how this game is played. Now, I want you to understand all your local and state laws. I'm not telling you to disregard them, but I'm just telling you your federal right to enter into a contract and assign it is protected by federal law. States always try to intervene and supersede, and there's going to be challenges with it. I've always said the only way to counteract this is create a legal fund. I'm all for donating this fund and finding a wholesaler that got targeted, that followed ethically, did everything right, made the home owner right, did everything. That's the person you go hire the best lawyer in the country and you represent them. And once we have case law, we can win anything. Any other way is just, it's a dog and pony show, in my opinion. Like, I'm all for change and I'll support anyone that represents the industry. But the problem, here's the challenge. You have to represent the wholesaler. That, not the other way around, not the entire other side of the community. And honestly, if they just would just regulate the course sales and wholesaling, that would be the best place to start because it would have the most impact. Because if influencers are teaching everybody across the country, then if we all conformed, and the easiest way to do it is have everyone show their courses. Unfortunately, me and Zach are the only ones that do that. So the only way to lead change, in my opinion, is to be the example yourself. And so some people say they're going to do stuff. Me and Zach are the only ones that put out our course publicly. And if every other person did that, it would fix a lot of problems in our industry because you could see what everybody's doing. Is what me and Zach teach for the basic public? No, most people can't handle it. I know that for a fact. So here's all the information, everything you want to know. And I got to be careful. If you want to do a comp, this is the next part. Just click the comp button. XLeads does everything for you. You go in here and then you're going to do, you see all the information up here. You can sort it out. And here's the really cool part. You just thumb up. So the basic thing I want to look for is the square footage and usually the year built. I don't know if I sort this list by that. It'll even tell you the lead type. You can sort that out. You can do year built. So if I want, so to tell you so this property was built in, what is it? 2005. So obviously I don't want to do a comp for like a 1992 house. So what I'm going to do is look for current properties and then it'll color code them for you, tell you if they're on the market. The red ones are going to be the ones that have actually closed. You can do whatever you want. So just for example, just say if I take the first 3 and for time's sake, and then I can come up with an average price on everything. And if you look up here, it'll give you the average square foot. It'll give you the average sale price, everything, the retail value, and you can go from there. Now, let's go back. Got to get past that. If you look right here, this is the cool part. XLeads is automatically going to tag your leads to help you identify without you doing a dang thing, which is very, very powerful. Now, it gives you the highlighted property here. You can go in, you can go on Google, anything like this, look at images. If there's any MLS pictures from the past or currently, it will pop it up there for you. And they'll tell you this has a cash buyer tag and it has a high equity. So an investor's probably bought this. And here's the best part is, look at this. Here's the retail value. Here's the wholesale value. Why is this valuable? Because if I'm brand new as a wholesaler, like if I'm talking to a seller on the phone and they go, listen, I need $789,000 and I know the top retails around 543, probably not going to spend a lot of time with them. So for the first time, XLeads helps guide a newer wholesaler that's not overly familiar with values. And guys, this is super powerful when you're doing virtual wholesaling, because if I go in and they go, okay, listen, Rick, can you do like 350, 360? I'm going to go deep with this client. I'm going to go through my qualifications, MCTP. They've passed the disqualification part and I can figure it out. I also can get what the average rent is here. And so Florida's not a great example. Florida's having like real challenges. I just saw a video on someone who did like Florida and the information was so bad, I had to shut the video off. Understanding the difference between HOAs and COAs and how condos work. The new legislation with SERS. Listen, condos in Florida are if you even buy them and you think you're buying them for an investor like price, you're going to get killed. So they had a building that collapsed in Miami about 3 years ago. The laws they've passed on condos is devastating. It looks like if they don't fix it by the end of this year, it's literally going to wipe out all the values of condos. It's that severe. So they say the average condo needs about $130,000 assessment per unit. Now, 81% of these condos are owned by senior citizens, and it's a recipe for disaster. So I saw somebody giving instructions on how to buy condos. They said you got to watch there's not an HOA in a condo. It's called a COA. You got to read the rules. This is how you get experience in doing wholesaling. You got to understand it. But they missed the biggest part, which is about SIRS, SIRS. And these laws really go into effect December 31st. I mean, it is destroying most of South Florida's value. It's very hard to move a condo. So even if you get it at 50 cents on the dollar, you're still going to be stuck with the condo. So a little tip for tuning in the XLeads, avoid condos in Florida until they straighten out the SEERS legislation, because people are giving really bad information on it. Like if you think you can buy them 40, 50 cents on the dollar, make a killing, you're not even, that's going to be the retail price. Now it'll settle down. I think it's going to take 2 or 3 years. So just please keep that in mind. And that's information Rick and Zach share with you because we know this market. I think we know it better than most people. There are people that do some more business, but here's all the details if you want to get into it. And here's the really cool part. It will tell you how many loans they have on it, the estimated balance. It'll tell you it's a conventional loan. You can go on all the transactions. And guys, this goes on for like even more and more pages. And honestly, guys, in my opinion, a lot of this stuff's too much information. And I feel like I'm spoiling people by doing this, but let me take this off of here. It's important you understand that. So we've showed you how to do a basic comp on a house. And by the way, you can click that comp. And when you do it, it creates a report and it'll put it inside your XLeads account under that property and that contact. So just to get a basic understanding how most CRMs work, you have a contact session. This is the database where you put all your people. You put buyers in there. You put sellers in there. You put vendors in there. You put your title companies, everything else. They would be under a vendor. And it's really important to organize that information. And then this is just one side of everything we're showing you. So let me show you this real quick. Let me pull this up because this is one of the biggest questions I get all the time. And uh-oh, that's the wrong one. I lost my screen. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, now let's do this. So if you're having issues with XLeads, let me walk you through how support works. You're not going to get a hold on anyone Saturday because our employees work Monday through Friday and they put in 8 to 10-hour days, and we have a rotating staff. Now, how do we do it? I want you to understand this. Hopefully you can see this. When you get down there, if you have a question, I'm hoping everybody can see this, and I don't see it popping up there. Hold on. Oh, I see. Well, anyways, why won't that pop up? Maybe I'm sharing the wrong screen. No, I'm not. Well, on the lower bottom, when you come down, if you go to lower left, you can click support. There's 2 numbers on those, guys. Let me pull this off of here. So we have 2 sections. I'm going to go in the other section shortly here. We have the XLead side. This is all the data we pull, everything we do. There's a support number in there for you. If you have any technical issues, you have a Chrome issue in iOS, I have a very geeky staff that deals with all that stuff. If you're having problems, just navigate through that. You basically do the support at XLeads.com. Now, if you have a problem on the other side, which I'm going to briefly go through, which is our Ninja Mode side, for full disclosure, it is Go High Level. It is included in your XLeads account. We're the only ones that do this. It just makes no sense to me why you guys pay for this separately. If you're using a service and you're paying like $97 a month just to use a Go High Level account, you need to immediately go to XLeads.com and take advantage of it because we include it in it. You can go into your Go High Level. You can use all the stuff you've done with anybody else's. We don't own that platform. We believe it is necessary. It is the highest level of CRM you can get. Does everybody need it? Absolutely not, but it's there for you when your wholesaling business grows. And so if you have something like that, you'll go to, let me pull it up. The phone numbers are all in there. And then if you have a question with Ninja, you're going to do the billing at xleads.com. If it's a Ninja support question or a billing with your credit card, then I have a specialized staff in my office that handles all that stuff. And then if you send an email there, we open a ticket and we stay on top of everyone to make sure it gets handled. Some tickets me and Zach actually handle ourselves. So listen, be polite. Everything's recorded. I know exactly what you guys say to employees, but they're there to help you out. They will spend time with you. They'll call you back. The only time they don't do it is Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, we're just trying to get caught up on it. So if you just right now you're buying XLeads and you go, hey, has no support, we just take the weekends off because I try to keep everything affordable and keep a good price for you. So if you understand that, we'll go with that. So let me show you real quick. Let me show you the Ninja Mode side. And let's see, let's do this. Share screen. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see. So this is the Ninja Mode side. Let me show you how to get into it. When you're inside of XLeads, you just go down to the little Ninja Mode sign and you click it, and it'll bring you into the screen. And guys, this is too much for one live stream. We broke this down in multiple sections. I'm just going to highlight some things that you can take care of. And I'm looking at questions and I'll try to solve them as I go along. So first of all, you have your contacts form here. I have to be really careful when I click this one because this one can get me in trouble quick. And I've got to get out of this fast because that's a problem. If you go into contacts, there's an import and export button that will be on just above the tabs. You can bring in leads from XLeads, only bring in the ones that you actually want to work and follow up with. I like separation. I like a firewall. My prospects, I run through XLeads. I have hundreds of thousands of them. And then the ones I want to work with, I bring inside of Ninja Mode. So how do you do it? There's an import export button. It's pretty straightforward. There's a tutorial if anything you need. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Ninja Mode it can get extremely advanced, but start with the basics. And that's all I want to show you. So especially you people that do the 7-day free trial period, I want to show you basically some of the basics. So you have this dashboard, you're able to customize everything. It's really cool. It ties in all your data so you can figure things out. You have a calendar built in there. You have contacts. And then here's a really cool part. If you look under opportunities, you can create your custom wholesaling thing. And you can move people around. You can do all this stuff. Now, here's the really cool part. You already have a whiteboard inside of your XLeads, and you can customize it. And honestly, it will cover most of you for the first 2 years. But those of you that want to do wholesaling, you want to have JV partners, anything like that, you could use something like this to do everything here. So we set up a sample of how we do it. I can't go in there and share you all my information. This is on our training account. And you can customize this however you want. And you can find out what the progress of every deal is. You can add opportunities. You can import. You can export. It'll give you your pipelines. These are examples of way you can do it. And I love doing that. Now, keep in mind, guys, it's advanced. It's advanced on purpose. You're not going to figure out one shot. Now, for those of you saying, Rick, who here, honestly, put it in the comments, who is paying for like an e-sign service like DocuSign or something like that? If you're paying for it separately, I want you to carefully pay attention to this. It is included in your XLeads account. Even the most basic account, we include it. Why? I don't know how you do virtual wholesaling without it. It's physically impossible. I got tired of signing into all these other platforms. And now I just go inside of XLeads. I go in my Ninja Mode, and then I just click under payments here. And then I'm going to go under documents and contracts. And if you look here, I can pick any type of contract I want. Now, I'm trying to think which one without getting myself in trouble here. Oh, that's a blank one. That's no good. Let me find one that I can pull up because I'm not usually in this. So say you had, let's see what that one is. So what you should do, just pretend this is your contract. And then what you can do is you can select your recipients. You can say who it's coming from. And then if you want to add, you can add any type of signatures on it. So say I need to get a signature. So I'm just going to go down here. I grab the signature right there. Boom. And then you're going to have to assign it. They get an email. And here's the really cool part. I want to show you this, which I love. Is when you have it, if like you're waiting for people to sign, you can see all the agreements in here. So like, let me give you an example. Give you an old one. Hopefully this is, here's your purchase and sale agreement, blah, blah, blah. Go down. I slide the signature down there. You put the email, done. Guys, you don't have to go out. You don't have to use other ones. This will save it in your account under the contacts. And then the really cool part is you can tell when they viewed it. You can tell when they signed it. So if you're like me and Zach and you always have like a dozen contracts out, I have someone, their entire job is to coordinate and make sure all the paperwork gets done. Now we have the purchase and sales agreement and we have the assignment of contract. You can go in and you can do all this. And I'm just telling you, extremely, extremely valuable. Let me show you a couple other things and we're going to jump into questions. Where'd I go? Okay, let's go back here. So if you're using an e-sign service and you're paying 40, 50, someone told me they're paying $100 the other day. I just saved you. I've just saved you your $97 Go High Level account because we include it for free. All your list pulling ability is inside of XLeads. And you can do all your e-sign contracts. Guys, I'm just giving you the basics. You have no idea how much more this thing can do. So let's go back. Okay, we're back. This is honestly one of my most favorite parts because I got tired of using everybody else's software. And I don't know about you guys. If I have to pay a company just to pull list, I got to pay them $97 a month. Then I got to pay someone to do my e-signing service. Oh my God, that's another $40, $50 a month. And I can go on and on, Dispo, comps, everything. Everything is included in XLeads. Make one payment and get it all. Like, I don't, it's not rocket science to me. I'm so passionate about what I do with XLeads. I'm honestly take take my 7-day free trial and then shop me around with everybody else. I promise you, you're going to come back to me. And I'll make it worth your time every time because I'm going to listen to you. Okay, let's keep going on. Now, if you want to go on, hey, who wants a website? Who wants it? Now, listen, I don't think a website's necessary, but there are reasons to it. Go down and click sites. Does it take a little bit of advance? We already build in a real estate website for you. Those of you that use a third-party service for it, and some of you guys are paying $100 for a month, it's included in your XLeads Ninja Mode account, which is go high level. I'm the only one that honestly tells you the truth. Everyone tells you it's their custom thing. BS. We customize this for you, but it is not my platform, and I understand that. Now, when I go in here, I can do multiple things. I'm not going to go in. You can set it up. You can change it. It'll give you the link to do it. You can do a landing page. You can do a thank you page. The only thing you have to intertwine with this is your WordPress account. Guys, it's like 20 bucks. Who here is paying like $75 a month for a lead service? And guys, don't be fooled like my SEO crushes everyone. They're doing the exact same thing I'm doing here. You're just paying for the service. Sorry. It's the truth. I've used every one of them. Guys, it happens all the time. You can go through, I don't want to go through the entire detail of it, but if for those of you who are looking to get a website, instead of you going through all that crap, just come inside of XLeads and create one. You got to go through a little bit of a learning curve to do it, but you can do anything you want. I manage 15 websites through my Ninja Mode. Why? It's convenient. I get all the stats. It's everything I need. So like there's funnels, there's websites. You can add a new website. You can do all the analytics. You can even do webinars in here. You can do anything you want. Most people start with the funnels with a simple ad copy. We give you samples of it all. Like all you have to do is put in your phone number and your company's name and you customize it. There's very similar companies that do that and they charge up to $100 a month. Guys, for 20 bucks, you can have the whole year done for you. I don't know about you, but that's exciting to me. We manage a lot of websites. This has changed our game in how we do this. And I want everybody to understand that. The last one I'm going to end up on, we talk about AI and we're big fans of AI and everything we do is, by the way, you have your dialer built in here. All your Ninja Mode training, you click in here, tell you how to do the mobile app. You can be on the road doing whatever you want to do. And then if you want to go into AI agents, we've done an entire tutorial on this. It's absolutely nuts. You can use AI to answer incoming leads right now. If you're doing bandit signs, you're doing sticky notes, this is extremely powerful. And me and Zach right now are working on a pack that all of you can download, especially the X-Plan members. And we're doing tons and tons of research and development. It takes time. You can download scripts and you train your AI and it gets better and better the more information you give it. Why not use it? And then eventually, if you look on here, it'll tell you everything you want to do. You can do voice AI. Check this out. We do all the training in there. And then we do, we build the bots and do everything. And what the crazy part is, they're getting ready for this? We're getting ready to do outbound AI. And if you think it's powerful what we do with the EOG, the email offer generator, this, my friends, is going to be a game changer. And I hate that word. It's so abused by gurus. But imagine hitting 30,000 people a day. You were going to have that ability. Now, how long it'll last, I don't know. But honestly, the problem is if I reach out to a company to do this for me, You're going to be shocked at the numbers they charge you. You're going to be, so this system, I'm giving you the back door. This is the system everybody's selling you. It's included in your XLeads account. I can't stress this enough to you. I'm going to stop sharing for a second here. I know it's a lot, everything I just showed you, but it's the absolute truth. So do me a favor. If you want to know more about it in our XLeads YouTube down, you can search the titles. And if you want to get detail in the AI training, we have, I believe, an hour and a half training on that. If you want to figure out how to do skip tracing, we show you how to do that. You want to learn how to pull a list, we show you how to do that. For the first time, you actually have wholesalers backing a software that actually wholesale. I got 23 years experience, and I take every one of your feedback. And when we have problems, we work on it and we fix it. And that's my favorite thing about it. So let me look through some questions here and we will go through. And guys, if you have a question, submit the email. It's not going to get answered over the weekend. And then Monday, just give it a little time because we get hundreds of tickets by Monday morning. I have a customer service of 7, and we grow. We add 2 more people every month as our software grows. And I promise you, getting your questions answered is our number one priority. I cannot stand when you get an agent that's very outside the country, doesn't understand what we do, doesn't understand the culture of our business. Trust me, we meet with them 3 times a day. I have in-house supervisors, everything. We are all over it. And the idea is we have to go to different levels, some of the complexity. And if it gets super complicated, me and Zach get in there and we figure out, try to answer it. And I've called a lot of you to try to help you out. Can I do that forever? I'll find someone who'll do it. Don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about it. So let's go through and answer some questions. I'm going to start from the top and work. Wait a minute. Okay. So what's up, Mark? How you doing? Actually, I enjoyed meeting you guys all personally. To me, like meeting people and doing it in person it's important because I love the technology, but there has to be limitations. Like there's real people behind this. And I think Mark and a lot of the others, all the other people I met, I understand how you see me on camera, me and Zach, this is how we are. So, dude, family is everything to me. So, doing this business with my son is amazing. And I hope that speaks volume to everybody. I've yet to see, I love when people do like a father-son, father-daughter, or even husband-wife type of thing. But when you can teach your kids how to do your business, it should help explain a lot if like the stuff works. I see so many people teach this business and they have all these wonderful children and none of them ever do the business. And I'm like, and don't get me wrong, my daughter doesn't do the business either, but like she's still learning it and mastering it. And I get it. It's not for everybody. Not everybody wants to be on camera, but that's so Josh, just to let you know, if you signed up over the weekend or late Friday, they will reach out to you Monday and get everything going for you. I promise you. Guys, I try to keep the cost down. And if I have to run a 24/7 staff 7 days a week, the cost would go up 25%. So just be patient. I promise we'll help you out with it. This is why we've actually initiated the 7-day free trial period, because the idea is to make it to where you can get a better understanding of it. So we've gone back and forth on the trial. It is very expensive for us to do it. And for those of you guys even thinking about doing the trial, me and Zach are the only ones that give you 1,000 free skip traces. Everybody else wants to charge you for it. And this is why we're so controversial. Like, I only listen to you guys. I don't care. Obviously, I don't care at this point. I get more hit pieces done on like me and Zach. And honestly, I can't control what other people do. I can only control what the value I provide to you guys. And anyone who's going to record a video on somebody else, it just either they're I just don't get it. Like, you spend the same time in the content on your stuff. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. I don't care. But like, listen, if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right. So that will clear that one up for you. So Nicholas, he says, hey, I love the new filter. And this was my frustration is I had to go in and like where you put in the zip code or the city, I was like, crap. How do I find that filter? And so everything we're doing is trying to make the navigation easier. We used to only have LTV. That is a mortgage term. It is terrible for wholesalers because it's the opposite of the way we learned. And we gave the feedback and said, please switch it to equity percentage. So I appreciate it because we like to give you guys the easiest way to get through it. So if you have a suggestion, the best thing you can do is send me an email and say, hey, that's it. And if it's a great idea, I'll tell you, we're working on it. Give me X amount of time. I have so much stuff loaded for the developers to do. Like, we have to be careful because I'm trying to keep the cost manageable. So, Nicholas, I appreciate it. We do listen to feedback. And if we see a constant complaint about something, we try to address it immediately. And this is what I love about the system we use. So Joe, we're working on this as we speak. You're not the only person who's complained about this. And I promise you it will be fixed. You just got to give me a little bit of time because there's logistically for everybody. There are some challenges with this filter that they've taught me on the back end, but we're working through it. So I am listening to it. And you're not the only person that said that, and we're working on it. So, um, and guys, listen, the idea is everyone says, hey, Rick, what type of plan should I get? Listen, if you don't know, just start out with the basic plan, do the free trial, play around with it. And here's what I suggest you do. Play around with it, all the other features. Go find other people's free plans, sign up. And remember, me and Zach are the only ones that give you 1,000 free skip traces. So if you're completely broke and you have nothing, use us. Sorry. Like, I want you to be successful. Do you know how crazy that sounds? I want you to be successful. So many people just want to take your money, take. And at some point, you got to provide value. You've got to actually help people out. And when you help them, then they're extremely loyal to you. And that's me and Zach's take on this. I'm going to do the complete opposite of what everybody else does. Number one, don't really need the money. Like, I do very, very well wholesaling. And my goal is to do JVs with you. So sellmypaper.com if you guys want to share a deal with us. I'm going to pop it. Actually, where is it? So if you have a deal, and by the way, if you're an XLeads client, you move to the top of the list. We already know if you're an XLeads client based on your email. And here's the really cool part. Check this out, guys. You're going to love this. We are now, my staff hates this, especially the developers. We're working on anyone who's an X Plan member. Yes, that's our highest level because we give the most support. You get the 2 live events, which is a lot of fun. You get 2 days a week live support. We do a Ninja side and we do an XLead side. And then obviously Saturday is for everybody because we try to keep it affordable. You're going to be able to submit your deals live inside the XLeads and get immediate responses on it. Dude, how powerful is that going to be? It does take time logistically. It is a lot of work. It is expensive, but we can do it. So right now you go to sellmypaper.com. It is an external site we have, which we manage through our Ninja Go High Level mode. But in the future, we're going to have this set where it pops up. We're going to get notified right away and our staff is going to be all over it. So I have 2 people that work sellmypaper.com. If you want to submit a deal, it is there for you now. It is scrolling amongst the bottom of the screen. You can do that. Okay, let's rip through some questions as fast as I can. Jelson, if you have a really good deal and there's motivations, just even if you don't have a contract, send a message, click in sellmypaper.com, put in all your contact information. I'll have somebody reach out to you, I promise. Let's see. What else I got here? So question, is there a feature in XLeads to give access to team members if I have a small team of VAs? So this is a tricky one. And I've learned the hard way on that. We keep the cost of XLeads very low. So the challenge of most other softwares is they'll give you 4 or 5 users. The problem is most people don't need all this additional access. You don't. You guys are overpaying it. I saw a plan the other day. You get 5 users. I know most wholesalers are acting pretty much as a solopreneur, meaning you're doing everything yourself. So the reality is, if you're using VAs, you're using a team like that, you got a choice. You can either use them your sign-in codes, but you better have extreme trust with it, or number two, you can actually purchase additional users. Now, it's not a lot of money. I believe it's $10 to $12 a month. The reason why we do it is because I can't have everybody trying to share their XLeads account. You have the right to share it, but you also run the risk of sharing it. Number two, if I'm using a VA, I want them to have a separate sign-in, and I want to see what workflows they've actually done. And you can assign the VAs workflows. If you don't have multiple users, you can't do it. So what we decided to do is we made the users a la carte, meaning just pay for the ones you need. Most people don't need 5. Maybe you need 1 or 2 additional. If it's 10 or 20 bucks a month, it's well worth it. If you want to do it, reach out to support@xleads.com, and they'll do it. You can put in a ticket, or you can call and do it that way. And then when you don't need them or something, you can take them off. I'm not here to overload it, but that's how I would do it. Everybody's got to make a decision on how to do that. I think that's it, guys. So I want you to go into your XLeads account. If you got the 7-day free trial, make sure you use your 1,000 skip traces. If you don't know how to do the skip traces, do me a favor. Go inside the XLeads YouTube account, search skip trace, and we'll give you exact directions. Also, inside of freewholesaling.com, there's an entire XLeads section that you can go in there and do that. Guys, XLeads, I'm just telling you, like, we built it for the wholesaler. I've been in this business 23 years. My son's going on 8.5 years, and you know where the future of the business is going. You having a very strong leader in the future. I love this. I'm going to do this as long as I'm having a good time. And that's why I love wholesaling. And what better way to do it like with your family? And most of my family's involved with what I do, most of them behind the scenes, but I love this business. It's changed my life. XLeads has been an idea in my head for 20 plus years. And I'm so excited it's come to fruition. And the main thing is why we talk about XLeads. I can integrate AI. I can integrate contracts. I can do training. Everything we do is inside of XLeads. So to get the instructions and everything you need, instead of having all these different platforms, if you use XLeads, it allows you to generate leads right now. Even if you're dead broke, I show you how to do it. Do the 7-day free trial. You're going to have to move. And then as you grow in your business and you get this monster business, which I hope and pray, and I want everybody to get it, because we're not competing with ourselves. We're competing with ourselves, not with other wholesalers. The best way to do that is just grow your business. And for the first time, you don't have to have 9 different credit card charges. You figure out what people are doing, all the different training platforms, have 9 tabs open. XLeads is the only one where you can do it all in one. Take us up the free trial. Guys, I love you. I love this business. And my training, everything I do is going to be through XLeads, because these are the tools you need to learn actually how to do wholesaling. So many people want to give you instruction, but they won't actually tell you how to pull the list and do everything. With XLeads, my experience, Zach's experience, we can do it in a combined fashion. You don't need one-on-one coaching. You just need support. You need people that actually do wholesaling. I love this business. I do it nationwide JVs. I do it in my local market, and I have my own individual virtual market. So I want to share it with you. Wholesaling changed my life. I know it changed a lot of your guys' lives. And remember, just start with the basics. Start with the basics. Do not complicate it. So guys, I love you. Check out XLeads. If you want to get an account, just go to xleads.com. You get it for free. Yes, you got to put in a credit card. Yes, we want serious people, but you can take advantage. 1,000 free skip traces on me. I want you guys to succeed. Guys, Zach will be on Sunday on his channel, the Zach in YouTube channel. I'll be on Monday, and that's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then I'll be on Monday evening at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I'll see you there, guys. Go have a good one. Go get some deals. Have fun. God bless you guys for Easter. Spend time with your family, with the people you love, and support them through wholesaling. So I appreciate you guys. See you.